Hello and welcome to Spectrum News at 2. I am Beta Brian coming to you live from the beautiful hills of Ibiakuran. Let's take closer ties, Inc. agricultural deal. Reps tackle Accountant General over records of 6 billion naira Inkbeth. The second unveils historical non-white top cabinet. We will bring you President Muhammadu Buhari says Nigeria is keen to see increased trade with the Republic of Poland, with his Polish counterpart Andrzej Duda at the presidential villa. At the meeting, both leaders signed a memorandum of understanding on existing fruitful cooperation with Poland in the field of maritime, education, defense, and
countries. It also marks a major step towards a memorandum of understanding on agriculture was signed and other memorandums of understanding. These will help focus our cooperation in priority areas. We would like to see between our two countries. I wish to express the readiness of Nigeria and manufacturing. We are gratified by our already fruitful global challenges. We would like to develop new mechanisms such as regular strategic, regional, and international issues.
Meanwhile, President Andrzej Duda of Poland has made history as the European country's President Duda, who commended the good and friendly relationship that exists between Nigeria and Poland over the years, goods and services in the same range and quality as that being offered by China, and disclosed that with his visit to Nigeria, Poland has signed a memorandum of understanding in the field of agriculture, explaining that his country decided to help Ukraine in the ongoing war because it is against the imperial. Away from that, the federal government has reportedly made 127.03 billion naira from value-added tax, VTA, on calls, SMS, data, and other information communication services in the first 6 months of this year, collected as VAT within the period under review. According to data from the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, the government charges 7.5% for the consumption suspension of the planned 5% telecom tax, maintaining that Nigeria may have to rework its recent medium-term expenditure frame. Insisted that though he had not been officially informed about the deterrent, if confirmed, it would negatively impact government's financial projections. Postponed its implementation would lead to a distortion of the 2023 to 2025 funding plan of the Federation AGF for failing to provide evidence of 25% of the 6 billion naira internal revenue generated by the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) for the 2020 fiscal year. The lawmakers faulted SEC during the interactive session with the Commission's Director General, Lamido Expenditure Framework (MTEF) and Fiscal Policy Paper (FPP). The session, which was chaired by Chairman House 138 million naira, against the backdrop of the ongoing face-off with the Academic Staff Union of Universities (ASU), other agreements it cannot implement. Minister of Education Malam Adamu Adamu disclosed this during a meeting, noted that the president has warned against it. The minister said and misinformations in the public domain regarding the ongoing strike by ASU and for federal universities, except for the professorial cadre, which will enjoy a for the refurbishment of federal universities, with another 50 billion naira for the payment of outstanding academic staff. And the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board (JAM) and 3 regulatory agencies of the tertiary education in the country, the National Universities Commission of Education, have reportedly said they would sanction institutions that sell application forms for the conduct of 2022/2023 admissions. Reports institutions are yet to commence the admission processes. JAM said it would sanction institutions that sell application forms. The board directed that all applications must be routed through the central admissions processing system. This was disclosed in a statement signed by the Secretary to the State Government, Babale Yaur. The governor said the dissolution of the Executive Council will be taking place with immediate effect from today. The governor also did say he is sincerely appreciative of the steady development in the state. He further expressed gratitude to all members of the dissolved council for their performance, adding that a new State Executive Council, Yahaya, has restated the commitment of the Nigerian Army towards the training of its personnel. Army's second commanding officers workshop at the Gingia Barrack noted that doing so would help in equipping officers with global best practice. The second 2022 workshop had the theme as equipment maintenance through the interagency cooperation. Also speaking in his to the nation, the theft, kidnapping, drug peddling, and gun rape. 19 vaccines available at primary healthcare centers. Now, who spoke through Spectrum Television, debunked the myths associated with taking.
Oh, I don't want to take. Oh, they say if I take, I won't be able to impregnate. In fact, you could even see a situation whereby some men will even tell you, oh, I don't want COVID-19 vaccination. It's safe and it is healthy for everyone to take. Pregnant women can also get vaccinated because of still issue of misconception surrounding it. Even when you have told them that, oh, nothing happens to you and your baby, yeah, they are still insisting it has to be from 18 years and above, which is okay. My advice is please get vaccinated. It is safe, it is healthy, vaccinated, and tell the person near you to also get vaccinated.
Savannah region in the far north of the country, which has been plagued by incursions by jihadist groups, while jihadist groups operating in this 2021. Declared in June by the Togolese president, the state of emergency was approval to extend the state of emergency. Beyond 3 months, the National Assembly Speaker, the threats. At least 2 people dead, 10 missing, and thousands displaced. Typhoon Hinamamor left the Korean peninsula after in South Korea's Ponghang City. The Minister of Interior and Safety said typhoon has forced hundreds of flight cancellations, suspensions of business operations, and school closings. Winds and waves overnight, train services and flights were cancelled in the southmost island of Kyushu. Officially become Britain's new Prime Minister at an audience with Head of State Queen Elizabeth II after the resignation with the monarch to accept her offer to form a new government and become the 15th Prime Scottish Highlands. Her new top team as she formally took for the first time ever.
To form a new government. Let me pay tribute to my predecessor. History will see him as a hugely consequential Prime Minister. What makes the United Kingdom great is courage and determination, time and time again. Now is the time to tackle the issues that are in every town and city across our country. We need to reduce the burden on families. Of course, it won't be easy, but we can do it. We will everywhere has the opportunities they deserve. I will take action this day and
afternoon. Chelsea sack manager Thomas Tuchel after Dina Zagreb defeat. Thanks for staying tuned. You're still watching Spectrum Television News at 2. And now to more news from our business scenes, where insecurity and lingering foreign exchange crisis have reported the Bureau of Statistics, NBS, capital inflows into Nigeria in the first quarter and second quarters of 2022 stood in the third and fourth quarters of 2021. This represents a $810.5 million decline in of economics at the Onabisi Onabanjo University, primarily to the decline. He further stated that other factors such as the heightening insecurity crisis in the country had dissuaded. Still on business, latest figures on currency from the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has revealed that the currency in circulation fell by 107.08. The CBN recently warned deposit money banks against accepting mutilated naira notes, explaining that they were not the real currencies in circulation. Imputes the currency in circulation in Nigeria, which is the currency outside the vaults of the Central Bank of Nigeria. 5 die annually in Nigeria due to diarrhea and other toilet infections-associated diseases. Minister of Humanitarian Affairs disaster in Cross River State. The minister, who was represented by the Director of Social Development in the ministry, Taiwo Basharu, and called for proper hygiene if the IDPs wanted to have a healthy living. For IDPs in Bakaki camp, the minister charged them to shun. The minister further said additional data presented by UNICEF shows that an estimate 120 million from contact. Still of information on drug and food regulation on the African continent. Reports say the discussion, which was smart, safety and surveillance, AU3s, disclosed that the AU3s had become a mini umbrella. The agency already started sharing information between each African country with an anti-reach to this season, following a chastening who led them to a Champions League glory in 2021 and the Club World Cup crown earlier this year. Decision: Chelsea has taken 6th place in the EPR in the process of overhauling the club, while acting quickly. A hostile reception and the loss of Karim Benzema to injury. Quest for a recording extension of their 15th European Cup got off to a bad start when they lost their start close to scoring when McGregor was picked out by Gagros, Giakmakis, Modric, and of course an out-of-form Eden Hazard, who scored and assisted to make it 3-0 to the Los Blancos. Style of leadership of African and Nigerian leaders, Jumbo, who lamented that Nigeria with the right leadership. Also speaking on how African can develop and become a continent that attracts and visitors. Still on entertainment, the Oni of Ife has taken a 4th wife, according to Anako, arrived at the palace on Tuesday, September 6, 2022, and was ushered into the palace, waiting to receive her. Reports say the relatives of Anako are reportedly a topic at the wedding ceremony. This will be the Oni's announced her marriage to the monarch was over in December 2021. Social media pages on YouTube, all of which you can find on our website at spectrumtv.ng.
A knowledge of NFTs creates new dynamics towards emerging markets millionaires and billionaires. From the .com era to the oil booms, from 11:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. weekdays, exclusive on Spectrum Television. Business 360, your prism to world businesses.